Hollywood Brown and Xavier Worthy is gonna be a menacing duo. And I know I was saying this about Rasheed Rice and Hollywood Brown, but we did not know that the Kansas City Chiefs was gonna end up landing Xavier Worthy in the draft. Even though in the offseason it seemed like he was a lock to go to the Kansas City Chiefs, we didn't really know if the board would fall into play and we would be able to really get him because he ran a 4.21, so we thought he'll go a little bit earlier than 28. And we was at 32, so we didn't really even know if he was going to be able to trade up because teams tend not to trade up with us. But luckily, the Buffalo Bills were stupid enough to trade up with us. So Hollywood Brown, obviously, he runs a 4.28, 4.29, 4.27, one of those speeds. And Xavier Worthy runs a 4.21. So these dudes are lightning quick. They're fast. They're going to be an insane duo with each other. I love what they do. I love both of their play style. And they don't only rely on speed. They could do multiple things. They're good route runners. They're very good route runners. They don't only rely on speed. Their game doesn't revolve around speed. And a lot of people get it confused about Hollywood Brown saying that he has bad hands. But that was due to a few wide open plays on the Baltimore Ravens. But if you look at the stats, Hollywood Brown actually has some very solid hands. So we're not going to sit here and say he has bad hands. But Xavier Worthy is another good wide receiver that tends to get a lot of hate because they say he's only speed. He's pure speed. He doesn't have good hands. But at the end of the day, I don't mind it. I actually like the Worthy pick. Now, at first, I was criticizing about it because I wanted somebody else. I wanted Brian Thomas Jr. That's the only reason why I used to say I hate the Worthy pick because Chiefs fans wanted him more than Brian Thomas Jr. But Brian Thomas Jr. ended up going to the Jags, which hurted me. But then we got Xavier Worthy, and I was like, okay, cool. We can move with that. He's like our Deshaun Jackson now. I'm going to fall in love with his aura. Of course, I'm going to fall in love with Hollywood Brown and this whole trio, Rasheed Rice, Hollywood, and Worthy. I know I'm going to fall in love with it. Patrick Mahomes is obviously going to fall in love with it. Another MVP season loading. Another Super Bowl. I think we're going to three-peat. And there's still other things we did in the draft that I also have to talk about that I haven't got to talk about yet. But, yeah, man, let's keep getting into this Chiefs wide receiver core. Let's dig deeper into it now. So when I say dig deeper into this wide receiver core, first of all, Xavier Worthy isn't even the only electric wide receiver that the Chiefs added on NFL draft weekend. We know that. Now I have Hollywood Brown. We know we've been talking about Hollywood Brown. We know we signed him to a 1-year deal worth up to $11 million. Then we selected the speedy wideout and Xavier Worthy. But that's not the only electric wide receiver that we added. We also added James Madison's wide receiver Reggie Brown to a rookie free agent deal after he went undrafted. And that, I'm not saying he's going to be something crazy, but he definitely has a chance to do something, He earned an honorable mention for All-American honors and a first-team All-Sun belt nod in 2023 after catching 53 passes for 1,054 yards and 9 touchdowns. 6'1", 195 pounds. So Reggie Brown, he's solid. He has potential. He uses size. He uses frame to routinely make big plays. He ranked 8th in the FBS in yards per reception with 19.9 this past season. So if he does play, he could be something good, We don't know what's going to happen to Rasheed. He might get suspended. He might not. But at the end of the day, this wide receiver room is just getting more and more talented. More and more and more talented. I do believe this season we're not going to have to complain about them at all. We're definitely not going to have to complain about them. We won't have to complain about them. So it's finally good that, not finally, because this is like the second season. The Juju Smith season, we was complaining about them. But I think it's good that we're finally not going to have to complain about this wide receiver core. And I think we got to have a great year with the defense and offense is just so good. They're so locked in. That's what I'm gonna like. I'm gonna like to see that. But Kadarius Toney is on a hot seat, if you ask me. He's definitely on a hot seat. We added Worthy, and we added Reggie Brown, the undrafted wide receiver. So Tony's gonna have to make plays, and he's got to do what he has to do. He's gonna have to do what he has to do, man. He's really gonna have to do what he has to do this season. And when the ball is thrown his way, he's gonna have to catch it and make plays. Now, Irv Smith Jr. is on the hot seat, and we just signed the man. How is he on the hot seat, and we just signed the man? So Irv Smith Jr., we know we signed him as a free agent, but he also is on the hot seat because we took Jared Wiley, who's a very good tight end from TCU, and then we ended up getting Noah Gray as well. So I don't know. I don't know how Irv Smith is gonna fit on this team, but we'll see, man. Lucas Niang obviously is on a hot seat. He has no reason to be on this team no more. We drafted Kingsley, so I don't know, man. The O-line is getting, like, we're at an O-line depth, so Lucas Niang doesn't really have to be on this team no more. But this video is about the wide receiver core, so let me keep talking about that. But at the end of the day, man, we know Rashee Rice is a zone killer. He's a zone killer, so he's going to get open. Xavier Worthy's blazing speed, Hollywood Brown blazing speed. They're going to stretch the field. It's going to be a fun year to watch, man. And we may still be able to sign OBJ as a wide receiver 4, you know, that veteran presence for the young wide receivers. I still believe we should do that. A lot of people probably think I'm crazy, but I still think we should get Odell Beckham Jr. To just help out and mentor these young dudes. But we'll see, man. He still have yet to sign anywhere, so it's still a possibility. But at the end of the day, I got to give props to Brett Veach for how he just revamped the offense so quick. And he did it with the defense. You know, he did it with the O-line, and now this is his year where he revamps the offense because we know the offense is struggling. But Worthy, yo, I just can't wait to see what he does, man. He's giving me the Deshaun Jackson vibes. I mean, McCole Hardman is slower than Worthy. Not way slower, but he's definitely slower than Worthy. So if he could do that, with if Andy Reid could let McCole have a very good rookie year and get him super involved, then he could definitely do more with Worthy, in my opinion, because Andy Reid already said Worthy is like his Deshaun Jackson right now, or like a Tyreek Hill, but he's more similar to Deshaun Jackson. So Andy Reid's getting that Deshaun Jackson vibe from Xavier Worthy, and I honestly love to see that, man. So hopefully everything goes fine with this wide receiver core. We'll see what happens with Rashee Rice and the suspension. But right now, I'm loving Hollywood and I'm loving Worthy together. And I'm loving Rashee Rice as that zone killer. And I do believe this also sets up a bigger year for Travis Kelce because he's not going to be the main piece of attention all the time. He's not going to be getting triple teamed. He's not going to be getting double teamed, hopefully. And if he is, then it's going to be dudes like Hollywood and Worthy and Rashee Rice that's open. So this is a very good wide receiver core that the Kansas City Chiefs have. And we're just honestly a super team. And it's just not stopping. The Chiefs just can't stop. I do believe we're going to three-peat, and I do believe we're going to have a very good season. So all Chiefs fans should definitely be optimistic for the season that's coming up. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you know I have more content coming from y'all. Last year, May and June and July was our best months. So y'all know the content's going to be crazy. And yeah, we right back at it. Chiefs priority, and I'm out, man. Peace.